up, everybody? Out here in France at the top of the track, top of the test track here in Nice. I'm doing a little testing camp here in France for 2 to 3 days, and I'm going to walk you through what I focus on every single time I go for a lap when we're doing a testing camp. So the first thing that I like to focus on when I'm doing testing is what the bike's doing, and then I like to focus on what I'm doing. So what the bike is doing really comes down to how the suspension's working, which is the feeling of the fork, the feeling of the shock over, let's say, big compressions through corners, whether the bike's gripping, whether it's generating speed, whether it's sort of getting caught up on things. So there's a lot of things to focus on when you're riding. And to be able to do that, I have to ride at a certain level every single run so that the bike is performing at the exact same physical output every single time. So I'll ride at probably 75 to 100% every single run. I'll ride in between that, and I'll try and ride with the exact same output every single run so that the bike's working under the exact same conditions. So Kevin and I can truly find out what is more efficient and what is faster and what works better for what we're dealing with here. And then from there, I'll get to the bottom and I will write down my feelings on a piece of paper and I'll compare them to what Kevin reads on the data. So right now we're actually using telemetry, if you can see that there. And Kevin will plug it into his computer, read all the data, and I'll write down my feelings of the bike. So Kevin and I will compare my personal feelings to the stuff he reads off the computer, and that way we can find the most efficient thing, and then we can find something that I really like as well as something that he really likes, and we can combine the two things and have the best setup for racing and riding. And what we normally do is we have these setups and then we send it to Olin's and Specialized, and they create suspension for us, and then we will use that at the next test camp. We'll refine it and then take it onto the, yeah.
Bon bah bonne descente. Bonne descente. Hein.
Quoi?
Bonne descente.
Ah, merci. Et YouTube. Pretty good.
That's good?
Yeah, I like that. The run before, it felt like my fork was a bit soft under really heavy braking, and
like diving?
A little bit, but I think on certain corners I was riding a bit too far forward, so that time I sort of like was more in a good position. So
and why naturally you went?
I think it's just because it was like my third run, so it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know what's going on the trail. I'm trying to look ahead and I'm a bit more cautious, and that time I was just a lot more relaxed. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty good. So today, Kev and I are planning to do about 9 or 10 runs of testing. On a regular testing day, we'll do about that many, and each run I'll come down and tell Kevin what I feel. He'll look at the telemetry, and then we'll move forward onto the next setting. So the goal by the end of the day is to find what each setting does when I'm riding it, as well as trying to find a faster setup. So by the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're feeling positive about the bike and feeling like we're going faster. So this track's a bit gravelly, a bit rocky. It's a little bit similar to a World Cup we'll have in Croatia later this year. But what I really wanted to feel was that I'm really comfortable on the bike and comfortable going really fast on it. So I compared my last 2 GoPro runs, and Kevin and I looked at the telemetry, and I sort of explained my feelings to him. And with that, on my last 2 runs that I've GoPro'd, I think I went 2 seconds faster, and that feels really good because it feels like we're moving in a positive direction, and we're really happy with where the bike's going from here. Going into New Zealand, I feel like I'm gonna be ready, and yeah, feeling good. Kev.